Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, mais c'est le président. Un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, mais c'est le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Soyons tout court. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux.
Hi. Good day to the beautiful people of the Cameroons. This is Maitre Mola Alexander Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. I want to send my warm greetings to our neighbors and friends, the people of La République du Cameroon, and the beautiful people of British Southern Cameroon as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party, a party that wants to use legal means, Article 65 of the Constitution of La République du Cameroon, that says we have the right to self-determination, to go our different ways. Reason being, we came in good faith in the union and it is not working. We have been annexed. We have been colonized by another African country. It doesn't work that way. Ladies and gentlemen, today I've come to give you 5 points why I'm not supporting any presidential candidate in La République du Cameroon. 5 points. I made some 5 points and none of them, they have not met that criteria. So British Cameroon National Party is not supporting any candidate. And I'll give you the 5 points that I made long ago. Because we cannot be making the same mistake. People say, oh, change, changement de change, union for change. In 1992, what happened? Union for change, they choose John Fundi. Abenzonga said John Fundi won. What happened? What happened? He won. Who is the president of La République? Paul Biya. John Fundi won. Paul Biya is still the president. I'm still coming to my 5 point. I just want to say something. On the 12th of October 1997, the same thing. Above 70. I'm sure 90. He had almost 90-something percent. Huguenle had 2%. Next again, it come 11th of October 2004. Everything will change. Everything will change. Paul Biya still won against 70%. John Fundi had 17%. Everything will change. This time is different. 9th of October 2011. What happened again? Paul Biya 77%, Fundi 10%. No, this time now. 2018. 2008. Everything is different. Everything. 18 October 12. Now is different. It's no longer the same. Paul Biya 70%, Camto 14%. No, 2025 is different. There is technology. Ladies and gentlemen, myself, Maitre Mola Alex Nivelisky, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Before I do something, before I say something, I do my research. I don't speak out of emotion. I choose my path ever since I was a boy. Because another Africans, they cannot annex you. It doesn't work that way. I don't accept that. We have seen people in the Cameroons. We have known their true colors. You see somebody today, we want Anglophone candidate, we want Anglophone candidate. The next day is with another person. People lack conviction. What I've noticed all through this election and the campaign, a lot of people in the Cameroons, they lack integrity and probity. Today, I cannot be saying I'm supporting SDF. Tomorrow I say Akeremona, I change. The next day I say Anglophone candidate, I change. The next day I say Chiruma, I change. People lack integrity. You don't do that in your life. We have people who lack integrity. We want a country that will have people with probity and integrity. Meritocracy. People just follow in the crowd in the Cameroons. When it was one-party system, we fought for multi-party politics. People who were in the CPDM, like John Fundi, all these people, they jump. They come, they become opposition. When we started again fighting for this Anglophone problem, people were doing their teachers' things and this. They jump, they came there. That's not how. You need to know what you want in life. You cannot run a country with people who lack integrity, who lack conviction. I know people in the CNU rebranded CPDM. I know people in SDF. I used to go to rallies, we march, but I've never been a militant because SDF, they don't have what I believe in. CPDM, they don't have what I believe in. Beloguba don't have what I believe in. Issa Chiruma doesn't have what I believe in. You name the rest. I know what I want. I might not get it at the end of the day, but one day I believe we will be there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you that 5 reasons. 5 reasons. I would like to make this point. I saw this video by Young Philemon. Young Philemon is calling people criminals. Young Philemon, you went to Ngwakele. I'm presumed you went to CPC Bala like myself. I went to CPC Bala. I went to Ngwakele too. You were made, is it procureur? Is that how you call it? In Boya. You were there. And you sit without any conviction. You call people that criminal. That Issa Chiruma is associating with criminals. Who are the criminals in your government who are organizing to talk with the same people you are calling them criminals in Swiss? Who are the criminals in your government who organize the Canadian talk? So these corny people, them Young Philemon, when a time don't reach you go retirement, go she don't quiet for noni. Go she don't, when I don't destroy that country. It be annoying. You talk so when you will be 28 years, they make you minister. You will be mature. Mr. Young Philemon, are you more mature than Maitre Mola? I left Cameroon. I'm in the UK. I'm working as a lawyer, practicing law. Did you have that my experience before you became, or what was that, a minister, vice minister of territorial administration? You say you were mature. You people were immature. That's why Cameroon is backwards. The same time that you have spent in government, Singapore that had independence in 1965, after us, look at Singapore today. You people have destroyed Cameroon. Qatar had independence, I presume, around 1971. Look at Qatar today. Look at Dubai today. You people sit there, you destroy the country, you're there to please the colonial master. I'm still coming to the 5 point. I have to make this point first. When Mr. Young Philemon called people that they are criminal, somebody who studied law in Ngwakele, somebody who have not been convicted, Mr. Young Philemon, who was working with these criminals in the Cameroons, Abba, you. Who was working with these criminal Titus as well? You. Who was working with these Mebengo criminals? You. Who was working with Ondongdong criminals? You. Who was working with Desiree Engo criminals? You. You have been working with criminals. People that Mr. Bia in prison. You have been working with criminals. Your mates that you have been governing the country that Mr. Bia have locked up, you work with criminals. Show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, before I go to the 5 points why we will not support any candidate, Let me start. I showed you this flag. They call it in this United Kingdom. They say Union Jack. Do you know why they call it Union Jack? Because some country, they come together. They come together. Sorry. This country, they came together. They call it Union Jack. Why? You get 3 flags them inside the flag. You have 3 flags. 3 countries that flag there for the flag. 3 countries there. You get St. George's flag. This white one so. St. George's flag, the white one. Now who their flag? England, their flag. You get St. Andrew flag with blue. Now with their flag, Scotland, their flag. You get St. Patrick flag where they Irish people, their flag. So now 3 countries, their flag this one. Welsh when another country, you know, they for the flag. So they call and say Union Jack. We too for British, Saudi, Cameroon, and La République du Cameroon will come together too. 2 flag. Now one Union Jack there. We now remove 1 star, we now annex it, we now put on an institution them for them. Now the reason, the Anglophone problem that Anglophone problem not be federalism. So we now don't move for one Union Jack, we now the full way. We now put 1 star, unity. 1 star means unity. It's rubbish, it's not unity, it's annexation. America have how many stars? Is it not 50 stars? Does it mean America is not united? They are united than any other country on earth. But they have, is it 50 stars? America. But we not just want to get connaissance. The aim for centralization, the real aim for centralization for Cameroon, after independence, La République du Cameroon be accepted for be a colony, continue a colony under France. So they say the only way they fit take that resources them, now may they give all power for one man, Aijo. So that when Aijo get power, he no go for parliament, debate how we use resources, this. He go just sign degree, give France, sign degree, give European, sign degree there. So they rule Cameroon with degree. So that is why. Now the real reason that some people they lie that so we not be get resources or do it in a centralized, it not lie, not be true. Fake reason. Now I want to go to the 5 reasons why British Cameroon National Party is not supporting the elections or any candidate in La République du Cameroon. People keep on saying change. I don't know why Ketu one replace, Ketu way black one replace pot way black. We have a very short memory in life. I remember when I was a boy, Mr. Bia came to Boya. He said, I was born a Cameroonian. That was in 1982. I will live a Cameroonian. I will die a Cameroonian. You people clap. You clap for Mr. Bia. He was born a Cameroonian and he will die a Cameroonian. Now Caterpillar go movie for day. Now una be the clap. Today when I take the same people them again. People that when they don't recognize Anglophone a problem. People where they no one ever talk about Anglophone problem. Today when I take the same people, put them for there. A leopard need to change his spot. So leopard doesn't change his spot. So because I come and say today, I say this today, tomorrow I say this, you keep on believing me. Conviction, probity, and integrity is important in a person's life. Point number 1. British Cameroon National Party made it clear that we want a person who will say English institution in British Southern Cameroon, French institution in La République de Cameroon. No presidential candidate have said that. All they keep on saying is what? Federalism. I don't even know if they know the meaning of federalism. Federalism simply means transfer of power. Decentralization means transfer of power. So if they give you federalism, then the person now have to determine which power he wants to give you. They don't say it. If I wanted to give, I was a presidential candidate, I would say, I'll list the powers. But they are not saying anything, and you want to trust their word. The day they hold that gun that Mr. Bia is having, gendarme, bees, their language will change because you want to talk to, they will put you down. So none of them, they did not say that. Because one, we in British Southern Cameroon, we don't use enam. Enam, common for France. ENS, common for France. France CFA, common for France. Gendarmerie, common for France. Military tribunal, common for France. So where we own institution? So all these people, none of them, no fit talk say, okay, our institution will remain for we. Lycée bilingue common for France. Napoleonic Code civil law common for France. Where it is difficult for these people, any of the presidential candidates, to come and say, I will make sure that the institution that we inherited from France will remain in La République du Cameroun. And you people in British Southern Cameroon, you will use your own institution that you inherited from England. Then that's good. Then we can use our ethnocultural democracy to our custom and tradition. Each ethnicity will be autonomous. None of the presidential candidates said that. So that's one of the reasons we are not supporting their election. Point number 2. We of British Cameroon National Party, we believe in parliamentary form of government. The reason is simple. Before you become a minister in a parliamentary system, the people must vote for you. So you locally, before Mr. Bia wants to choose his minister, you people have already voted for that person as a parliamentarian. So you people have a say who is going to be your minister. Not one person will stand and be appointing Gongo. Nobody elected Gongo. Nobody elected Famdongo. Nobody elected Atanganji. Nobody elected Grégoire Ouna. Nobody elected Portasom. Nobody elected them. Nobody elected Bayou. Nobody have ever elected, how do they call him? Diongute, a teacher. So with a parliamentary system, the people will have a say who is going to be their minister. If they don't vote you to become a parliamentarian, it's difficult for you to be a minister. So a president cannot stand a podium and be bringing people that you don't know. If we choose in Boya that this is our parliamentarian, so Mr. Bia will have to select senior minister because we have a say. But as things stand today, you don't have a say. The good thing again about parliamentary system, one person cannot rule. A prime minister cannot rule alone. In a parliamentary system, you have a cabinet. Let Mr. Bia sit with people, unelected people, and do whatever they want to do. With a cabinet system, you sit on a table like this with the prime minister. Every day you work together, make decisions together. It's binding. It's the cabinet that rules with the parliamentary system. If you take one of these presidential candidates today, whether it's Issa Chiruma Bakari becomes president, he will look for his friends and appoint them instead of meritocracy. But with the parliamentary system, the people know the local people who are fighting for them. They know people who are working hard for them, for their interests. So they will vote for you before they come and appoint you as a minister. And cabinet is made up of senior ministers with experience. Their decision is collective. They don't say, oh, Mr. Bia have done it, the prime minister. No, the prime minister doesn't do anything. He's like a chairman, first among equal. All of them, they are members of parliament, all of them. The prime minister is just first amongst equal. Number one, among equal people. That's the prime minister. That's how they say in this country. They rule together. Even China with one party system. China with one party system. They rule together. As I keep on saying, democracy doesn't develop a country. It's people who have the idea, the know-how, the basics on how to run a country. England was constructed by dictators. Belgium was constructed by King Leopold, dictator. Berlin in Germany was constructed by dictator Hitler. Democracy does not develop a country. So you people are fighting to select leaders. It doesn't matter. If you don't put the right people, the people with integrity, People who know how to run a country. In the Cameroons, you take a teacher, a lecturer like Diomguta, you put him prime minister. People will just go to school, study, lawyer, PhD, no experience. They put them minister. It can never work. You need experts, people who know how to run a country. And we of British Cameroon National Party, we know how to run a country. Number 3 point, why we are not going to support any presidential candidate and La Republic election. We talk about what? The issue of central bank. No one presidential candidate have talked about central bank. Ladies and gentlemen, central bank is like the heart of somebody, your heart. You remove your heart, you're finished. But it's France that is controlling our central bank. The central bank of the Cameroons is called La Banque de France. That's French central bank. Central bank's function is to print your money, manufacture your money, control money supply, control inflation, growth, financial stability, interest rate. Ladies and gentlemen, when you go borrow money for bank, the interest rate they put on for there. Now France they determine them, not be Cameroon. So none of these presidential candidates not talk about central bank. So they are all 419. British Cameroon National Party. We use all the legal means to make sure that we are sovereign and independent. La République du Cameroon is not an independent and sovereign country. They surrendered their sovereignty in 1959 to France under President Amadou Ahidjo. That is why they annex us to join us, so France should be controlling us like a province in France. That's point number 3. Point number 4. We call that we need a sovereign national conference. None of them, they are not talking about sovereign national conference. Sovereign national conference, even if you're a president, you don't have power. It's the people who will sit. Example, when they had the French Revolution, they had something they call a constituent assembly. Everybody came there and sat together. It's not Chiruma giving you this, Paul Biya giving you this, Bello Buba giving you this. It's not them. Everybody sat there on equal basis. They made a decision on how to run the country. So we need a sovereign national conference. We don't want one man to come and be telling us, I will give you federalism, I will do so. The Anglophone problem is not federalism. Federalism is a form of state, how to transfer powers. The Anglophone problem is identity problem. We have a country called La République du Cameroun that had its independence on the 1st of January 1960. We don't have British Southern Cameroon. We don't have West Cameroon. Where is it? That's the Anglophone problem. We can still be together, have one political entity, like Scotland and England used to be and have our name. The Anglophone problem is our name, is to acknowledge the fact that two countries came together, rather. Two countries that have different political authority, different international boundary territory, and different population. We have to accept that two countries came together. Then after that, point number 2, we can say, okay, do we want centralized form of state? Do we want federalism? Or do we want confederation? That is a form of a state. A form of a state can change all time. But Scotland will always remain Scotland forever. England will remain England forever. La République is La République. Where is British Southern Cameroon? That is the problem. The Anglophone problem is identity problem. It's not the form of a state. We can talk about England can change the form of a state. England today, they have decentralization. Tomorrow they could decide tomorrow that they want centralization. They could decide tomorrow they want federalization. You can change it always with time. But you couldn't change the country. Bring back British Saudi in Cameroon. That's what we want. That is what we want. People keep on saying, oh, let me tell you, I've said this before and I keep on repeating myself. There's little or no difference between decentralization and federalism. The difference between federalism and decentralization is that federalism is constitutional. It is there. The central government cannot take away that federalism. That's the difference. Let me put it that way. They don't fit take up. But with decentralization, today in Scotland or Northern Ireland, they used to have a problem there. They have decentralization. Sometimes the government was not working, they were disagreeing. The central government can suspend it and take it and control. That's decentralization. So all is about transfer of power. Constitutional lawyers, some of them, they argue that the decentralization in UK is federalism. There is no difference, just transfer of power. Give people power. Economic power, educational power, judiciary, policing, equal opportunity, fishery, you give them power. Local government, that's decentralization, which is the same to like federalism, giving power away. Ladies and gentlemen, like and share and click if you have not done so already. The last but not the least and the final point, which I've talked about it in some way. Point number 5 is what? Equal status. Ladies and gentlemen, Scotland is, how do they say? It's a gingerly country in this country, small, about 5 million. England is about 53 million, but they still have equal status. Scotland have got their own church, Presbyterian church. England have got their own. Scotland have got their own money. Before they met, they came together. They have different characteristics. So this country that I'm here, they cannot stop Scotland's characteristic. Scotland is different from England. The criminal law, age of responsibility in England, I'm sure maybe it's 10. In Scotland, it's maybe 12. So you have different future. In Cameroon, where we have 250 ethnicities in the Cameroons. These people, they want everybody in the Cameroons to do one size fits it all. But there's no common things amongst us in the Cameroon. Normally, the Cameroons can never be a unitary form of government. Because why? We are heterogeneous. We are not homogeneous. If a country is homogeneous, that's similar characteristics, automatically it becomes a unitary form of state. If a country is heterogeneous, that's different ethnicity, automatically either we have federalism, confederation. And we have two things where we should start. People talk about 10 state federalism, 20 state. It's not important. Automatically, if we were supposed to have federalism, it would be 2 states. Because why? Our English culture inherited with the French culture. Then we can have a lot of, let me say, regions. If you like to call those regions. For me, British Cameroon National Party is that all the ethnicity, they should be autonomous. We have different culture, custom, and tradition. They should be autonomous. All the ethnicity, they should be regions. Because why? It is easy to manage people with the same culture. If you give, we'll be giving our budgets to the ethnicity that are autonomous. They have their local council. If they are bigger, ethnicity that are very large in population, what happens? They can have so many local councils. In Western countries, where I live, in London, it's my council that does everything. It's not the Prime Minister. When they want to tar the road around my house, it's my local council. Electricity is my local council. If you have problem, anything, environment is local council that run where I live. Local council, they are the one who construct houses. Everything where I live, your daily life is your local council, it's not the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister have got his own duty. Prime Minister no get time for we. Correct Prime Minister, what you want to do with we? He get important thing them for do. But Mr. Biya no get nothing for do. Now France they run Cameroon. So Mr. Biya they concerned about we. Saint Gendarme made a bid we. Saint B made a bid we. Young Philemon did to say Chiruma talk with criminals. Mr. Young Philemon, now who kill Martinez Zogo? Nena ya government. Na government kill Martinez Ogo. Mo no ben. Koni talk no day. Na ya government kill Martinez Ogo. Gendarme na government. Head of state na government. Na government. Ya government na criminal government. Shame on you, young Philemon. Una kill una own people. Shame on una. Now una kill Martinez Ogo. Una no say if una bring Martinez Ogo a case of court. It go open all una nyash. Na tinda wo una no one try that case. If una no get case, you study law, young Philemon. If una no get case, young Philemon, una leave that Belinga na the Kodama, una leave it, una move it for prison. Una no keep person for prison. Oh, una no try. So ladies and gentlemen, in 1992, we see the same thing. On the 11th of October 1992. On the 12th of October 1997, we'll see the same thing. On the 11th of October 2004, we see the same thing. On the 9th of October 2011, we see the same thing. On the 18th of October 2018, we see the same thing. On the 12th of October 2005, we go see the same thing. Una no fit move, chop people their money for ballot. Yes, chop people their money, go do them again. But people, they don't wise now. The only difference now, I say, if Mr. Bia, they make mistake, that election go on. They declare a winner. And then talk say it go happen tomorrow. And then talk say it go happen in 1 month's time, but it go lead to their goal. The people don't want you guys. You can even win an election. And this English word, they say you are illegitimate. So if you win election, they say you be illegitimate, so you go still for a real democracy, you go resign. Because you win election, not mean so you go stay for power. So more than also. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our position. British Cameroon National Party. We set our condition. English institution to French institution, they say no. None of them, they are not talking about term of office. How can one person be term of office 7 years? That 7 years is almost 2 terms in America. Is that normal? No presidential candidate, they don't talk about it. They are just waiting, negotiating, I want to be president. When they do again, they will do the same thing Mr. Biya did one. Until we get a sovereign national conference, nothing will change. They are not talking about that France is the one controlling Cameroon. It's not Mr. Biya. Je m'en vais rendre compte à Macron. Je suis meilleur élève de Mitterrand. That's it. Mr. Biya told you people long ago. Say, insofar as Yaoundé is breathing, they don't care. He went to Mariwa, Anglophones, you people are shit. Mr. Biya no get on time. Order on a CPDM close on the way. I keep order on a picture. One day I go take that on a close to a CPDM. Una one go hide and burn up. I just film all una wear that CPDM close. Especially on the Anglophone. Now, they make them, they kill on the Anglophone problem because out of greed, ill-gotten wealth, unjust enrichment. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndiveli, singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much. Your humble servant.
Des vieux